2 hours of driving. We're at Chinchilla again to visit our friend Cam from Kangawallafox. You remember him from last time we built the little fairing for his firewall on the plane he built. So he wants to upgrade that to some sort of an engine cowling this time around. So we're going to go out and see what we can do. And he's been a busy lad since we've seen him last. He's done the stall competition and came second in that, the first one he ever did, and then he did the set the record for the most takeoff and landings in a 12-hour period, so like daylight period. And that was a fundraiser for the RFDS. And then he set up a flying school. So he's been very busy. So we'll see what he's up to now, huh?
Hi, Cam.
Good to see you. Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
So what are you thinking? Like a full cowl or
well,
a bonnet?
I thought about even just the sides, the top and back end, and just leave it open on the bottom.
Yeah.
I need to maximise the airflow through here.
Yeah.
Like this is twice as big as it needs to be.
Yeah.
I did that because I'm flying so slow, but I'm still going to have high power.
Yeah.
I wanted to oversize the radiator because I don't want
absolutely.
anything to get hot.
Absolutely.
So when I made the carbon fibre cowling, it was a full cowling. I had a cutout here, and I had the scoop on it and that, but it just didn't really suit the plane.
Yeah.
So almost
there's a lot of work around getting that, ducting that in and all of that as
So I was thinking about something that even sort of came around here and then even
just
past this and leave all that bottom side open. Just so you've still got all this airflow blowing through the radiator and the oil cooler. And it's just basically a hood. So that if I want to go back down to the stall comp and camp out for the night, I don't have to get a tarp.
Yeah.
When it rains.
Yeah. Otherwise you have to let it dry out, hey?
Yeah. So that's probably. So I'm not sure whether it's worth having like even just a little frame, and then we just put a skin on it, like something that fixes back to here and cantilevers off. Or whether it's got to, because it's going to be open on the bottom, we're losing a lot of strength.
That's right, because it'll start blowing out. So, so you wouldn't even need a 3-piece thing. You could make it one solid thing.
So if you just buzzed out those 2 hinge pins.
Yeah, and then just lift the whole lot off.
Yeah.
It's a very serious face. So what does Cam really want?
It's not a full cowling. We don't want to put a cowling around the bottom here. We want to leave all of this open. So it's more of like a rain shield.
Yeah.
To keep water off all of the ergotrons here. So it'll come from here. It'll go up, around, and then down, and just up right there. So it sounds simple. It's easier than like making all of this fair it all in, but then because that's not supported through there, you run the risk of the airflow blowing the engine cowling out. So you have to add a lot of strength in here or somehow tie it together and stuff. So that's things to think about.
Cool.
And then on the other side we can make an inspection hatch or something like that as well. But now we just simply have to come up with how we're going to do that, huh?
So now the technical stuff happens, Don.
Yep.
Tell us what's going on.
So we're going to have to take the numbers and bring out the good stuff. Scissors, cardboard, and we'll get at it.
Highly technical stuff.
Very technical.
Awesome. Kind of like back to school. All the kids are back to school today, and you're
That's right.
starting your craft project.
It's craft time.
This was always my favourite at school as well. you go, fixed. That's how you do it.
Imagine if you just sent it out to someone in the mail and said, here's your rain cover.
There you go.
Woo!
See? I'm awesome.
Oh, dear. And you painted it with like, you know, acrylic paint or something.
Yeah, I just cut it in for you. There you go. Clear as mud, huh? Righto, let's use our imagination. This is the basic shape of the cowl or top cover. Rough shape. So we've got the front radiuses there, and it curls around, see, like that, and then goes back down to where the firewall is on both sides. Still got to trim it off. So all I did was just make up a bit of a setup around here on my bench and just form that shape. It's only soft aluminium, and we'll add skins to that now. Righto, that's the buck that I'm going to use. So you can see I've got my little aluminium tube all set up in there. That's my pretend firewall, this bit here, and that'll be the top of the skin, top cowling, and then the side skins on both sides. So that'll give me roughly the shape that I'm after, and we can tack it all together like that and form up all of the skins. So the side skins are going to go, they're flat up into this radius here at the back as well, so it'll go straight up and round. And then the top skin, it's going to be flat. Well, it'll attach onto this piece here, but we're going to have to put a little bit of a shape in here just to clear the engine. Yeah, I've got some numbers there and we'll make it up. And then at the rear, it's going to attach on the sides only. And from here around is actually going to be flared up and not actually touch the airframe. So that allows, so I'm trying to account for what the air's going to do around this cowling. So the air's going to come in, it's going to need to go somewhere besides down. So we'll allow a gap at the back for the air to shoot off, and we're going to put some gills on the side too, so it can, and then we're going to put a little brace across there as well. But hopefully all of that combined will not make the cowling sort of expand a little bit. Yeah, that's the theory. We'll go and test it, huh? Righto, so we got one skin rolled up and shaped and fitted. Well, we can probably expand those holes out a little bit more, but she's sitting there quite nicely. Silly me, forgot to make a video of what I did. So, we've got another one over here. All right, we've got a flat sheet, and we need to put a curve in there. So there and there. So I've got it marked up, but I don't have a roller, but I do have an English wheel. But an English wheel does compound curves, except when you put a little rubber ring around it like that. So let's have a go. Okay, so we've got a little rubber wheel here. That will cancel out any compound curve that I get. So I'm still using a curved wheel here. So here we go. I've got my little mark there. So what we'll do is just roll it along. And we'll go a little bit beside it. So you can see it started a curve already. So we'll just keep going along. There you go, not bad, hey? Not bad for no roller. And there we have it. Nice straight edge and a nice curve that matches the front, and I'll get in there. matches the rear. I think we can work with that. So yeah, we'll nail that down and see what it looks like. Was just having a little bit of a play, and you can see there that the curve, that's the line there that I made, and it's flat on top and it curves all the way around like that. So all we do is just run it through and follow the line, and we keep going around and around and around, and you get a flat with a nice beautiful curve like that. Isn't that cool? Just another cool thing you can do with an English wheel. Not bad at all. All right, there you go. They're starting to turn out quite nicely. Got a nice little rolled edge happening on the front, and it goes all the way around that edge. And we put some gills down the side there and just sort of faired that skin in a little bit, so it's all nice. Same with the other side, so same deal. Looking the part. All right, there's more to be done on there. So this edge here is going to get folded down, and then up here is going to get flared up, just so it'll match the windscreen. There'll actually be a gap between the cowling and the firewall because it'll attach down the side here. So now we just got to work in this big gap in the middle here. We'll get that skin sorted, and then we'll do some internal stiffening over here. So a little flared fairing something in there. That's our next trick. So I'm making this little extra fillet in here for the engine cowling that I'm making. So it's just a little stiffener to support the outer skin, just like this one. So that's the end goal that we want to make. So we're at the point here where I need to find where these rivets will go into this tube. And there's a few little tricks that we can employ here to work out exactly where the center line should be, or where the skin touches the tube first. I want to roll this around eventually like that edge there, but not yet. And there's a little bit extra material here that I could probably clean up and trim off a bit later on. So I just want to know where this skin touches this tube. So how do you do that? Well, I have two little tricks. I have just this piece here, so that's just a folded up piece of aluminium. But the edges are the same there, see? So you can just slide that in here like that, and slide it down the skin, not on the tube. So follow the skin down until it touches the tube, jams in there, and that's the edge there. You can mark that with a biro, and that's about where the skin will be touching, roughly. So I can do that the entire way around, all the way down there. Or another fun way is you just bash it. Just a little bit, not a lot. So all I want to do is just bash this over a little bit, and it leaves an impression in the skin where the skin touches the tube. And from there, I can work out the center line, where my rivets want to go, how much of this I can trim off, and all of that sort of stuff. A bit hard to do at the moment, holding a phone and my hammer and the cowling, so we'll see what we can do. All right, so all I'm doing, just my tiny little hammer. It can be any hammer, but this is just a cute little one that I've got. It's fun. I'm using my left hand even, which is a bit of a challenge. But we just go around, just around the edge there, and you start to roll that a little bit, but not much. We're not hammering away at it. And you can sort of see there, it's starting to leave a line. So that means that's where the skin is touching the tube. And from there, I can work out where I want to place my rivets. So I'll do that the whole way along. And there you go. You can sort of see that little line there and the impression in the sunlight there. So we'll draw that in, and now I know where the skin touches the tube. And from there, I can work out where I'm going to place the rivets, whether it'll be on that line or a little bit over this way. And then I can work out how much I can trim off here. And then we'll put it all on and wrap that skin around the tube there. There you go. Oh yeah. Not bad, huh? I reckon that'll do. Now for the next one. This top skin was fun. So I just needed a bit of clearance over the top of the engine. I think it's here from all of the notes that I left. So hopefully I'm right, otherwise we'll have to do a little bit more working in this area, maybe bring it forward a little bit. But yeah, just make a little bit of a, I don't know, almost looks like a scoop, but it hasn't got a hole in it. But that was fun to make that. So yeah, and we just rolled off that edge again, so like all of the others. Once that's drilled off down the side here, then we can complete all of this up. But yeah, that was just fun, making that little bit there. So we were playing around with that new rubber piece on my English wheel, as well as the different dies and all of that for the different shapes, and working in here, and yeah, it was great fun. That's about as far as I want to go now. The next step is to fit that to the airframe, because we need to match where the hinge attach points go in here. Once that's in, that way it locks in the top skin and we can drill it off to the side skins there, like that. That'll lock it all in nicely. Once that's done, then we can finish it all off. So I need to fold this lower skin here and that as well. Just put a 90-degree fold on that, and that'll give that stiffness through there. And then I can finish off this little fillet across the top, little things like that, and give her a clean up. Made these little tie braces there and there, so it'll be a tube will go across here underneath the engine like a strap, and that'll just support the cowling a little bit for with all of the air loads. So it's sort of a sandwich arrangement. So you've got one piece on the inside and then another piece on the outside like that. And that just clamps that piece there. And that should make things a lot better. Yeah.
Hear that? That's the sound of aircraft mechanicry.
Mechanically.
So we are back in Chinchilla today.
Yeah, we are.
There's the Don.
Yo.
No, come back. You won't even. There he is.
Yo.
And we are doing the final fit on Cam's Kangawallafox partial cowling. Stay tuned. Here we have Don with all of the technical bits. Check out the custom bag.
We go all out here, hey?
Bloody oath. So what's going through your head right now, Don?
Please fit, that's what I'm thinking.
One of the dangers, hey?
Yep. Yeah, took a bit of a gamble.
I just got the best butt crack shot.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Shall we put that one in the video?
I was just about to say.
Hit the windscreen. You got it? So it should just come straight down. Sure. By golly, it might even work. Ooh. Okay, now we've got to do the things. A little bit closer. So bring it back to that. Does that help me there? It will if I flare that in. Okay, so we want to buy. Alright, we're committed. Actually, I might even shave a bit off there because that's interfering. Let's do that. Right, I've got to take it off again. Just trimming and tweaking. If we get this out, that buys me just a few more smidgens over here where we can drill a hole off properly. It's all about the microns at the moment. Alright, we've got it dummied up and pinned in place. Not completely happy with how it's all turning out, but there's a few things I'd like to change. But I've run out of time, so we'll make do with what we've got. But I think it'll be okay in the end. Yeah, a bit different, isn't it? I think we got the profile looking okay. Yeah, not bad for guesstimations. We've got clearance in underneath the engine here, so down underneath there, all that flared bonnet part, that bit there, clears all of this stuff. So, happy. That was a good guess. All right, pull it all apart, go home and finish it off now. Righto, let's put this thing together, huh? All right, it's done. I got in yesterday and just kept going until it was finished. So I finished about midnight or something like that. I wanted it finished so I could, so Cameron could grab it while I'm away this week so we could start testing. But sort of hence why there's just complete chaos going on in the shed here with stuff everywhere. Need a massive clean up, but the priority was to get this all riveted up and finished. So turned out all right, I reckon. Nice edge there. So we've got this fillet on the inside, which just adds to the strength around that whole front there. And we've got this little cross brace. It's a bit of a funny shape, but that goes in around underneath the engine and around the exhaust here as well. And that should just support the two sides. So yeah. Bit of a bump up there, that worked out nicely. I would love to polish this thing, but I just don't have the time, which is driving me insane, but that's okay. So nice little hatch to get to the dipstick and have a look around in there. So that, I didn't have the correct size wing nut there, but it's holding secure and got a little bit of pressure there and tension, so it's working. Just doesn't look right, it sticks out a bit too far. That's all right. Oh, I wish I could polish it. Maybe later or something. Or maybe Cameron should just paint it quickly while I'm away. All right, cool, huh?